Hey, welcome. So glad you are joining us. I just got these fancy Samsung headphones in the mail, or earbuds, and I'm like, I don't know if you guys know like this, but when I get new technology or new anything in the mail, I want to play with it all day long and not do anything else. So that's what I've been doing for the last few minutes and avoiding writing a presentation. So you know how that goes. Today we are going to talk about the difference between all the live video platforms because, hold on, I'm trying to get this to, okay. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. What is the difference between all the live video options? Because there's a lot of them, and I know we all know that. Videos everywhere, right? You've heard me talk about how it's consistently increasing, and that if part of your goal this year is not to get, or that part of your goal this year should be to get really good at video because it's not going anywhere and it's going to keep increasing. And so, and live video is obviously increasing because LinkedIn even has it now, which is a brand new thing from a couple of months ago. The most important thing before you start live video, though, is to figure out why. Why should you be using it? Is it really going to benefit you? Is it part of your brand? Is it something you're comfortable doing or learning? That is another important part, is if you're comfortable learning it. When you go to most websites, you can look at mine, for example. The very first thing that you see is a bright, friendly mug, right? You see a picture. And that's not a coincidence. For most people, it's not an afterthought. It's strategically placed there because studies show that customers want to get to know the face behind the business. They want to know who they're talking to, who they're working with, who they're interacting with, who's posting on their social media platforms for them. So you should always be looking for new ways to be doing that. And live video is actually a great way to be doing that, to establish to your prospects who you are and what you're about and what your values are and just a little bit of your personality, because that's what people want to know. With live feeds, you're communicating directly with your target audience. You can unveil exciting announcements. You can just check in and say, hey, how's it going? Or like I do, you can provide a weekly value-based video where you're supplying some information to your audience about what you do, why you're the expert there, and how to, and just give them a little bit more information on what you do. So I'm Christy Hansvik of Simply Online. We take you from invisible to visible in 30 minutes a week or less, and we strategically share your content all across the web so that you get the most visibility and people are just running to work with you. I know some people like me prefer to read instead of listen, so comment live video right now and I will give you the show notes. They should come instantly because I just set up a brand new theme. So comment, hopefully they come. If they don't, let me know, and I obviously have some things to fix. And stick around because at the end of the video, I have something super, super exciting coming up, something I've never done before, pushing me out of my comfort zone, but I'm really excited for it. So stick around and you'll hear that announcement at the end in just a few minutes. So very first, before we get going, before you start recording on a live platform, you need to figure out where your ideal client is. I've talked about this before, that knowing where my ideal client is and figuring out who that was is what exponentially changed the pace of my business. So that is something that I encourage all of my clients to have figured out before we work with them. Because if you don't know who that is that you're talking to and you're just posting whatever to post, it's not going to attract your ideal client. They're not going to respond to that. They're not going to listen, or maybe not hear the way you want them to. So it's really important to figure that out. So there are like something like almost 2 billion active users on Facebook, right? So a lot of people think that you have to have a Facebook page, but is that where your ideal client is spending their time? If they are not on Facebook, then don't waste your time being on Facebook. It's okay to play somewhere else. It's okay to do your own thing. So as far as like the steps of how to go live, all the platforms are pretty much the same. They have basically the same functionalities. If you want to see my blog post on this, and it walks you through step by step how to do some things, comment live video, and I will send that to you so you can, if you need some help with the tech side of things. That's not what I wanted to focus on today. There's a couple other things that you should consider when you're picking a platform. So how long are you going to be going live? That's a big one because each of those different platforms has a time restraint. So Instagram is up for an hour, or you can go live for about an hour. Facebook is 4 hours, and YouTube is 36 hours. So I don't know who watches video for 36 hours straight. I don't know who wants to record video for 36 hours straight, but if you need that option, it's there on YouTube. Something else to consider. What sort of let me try that again. What sort of video resolution do you need? If it is, like if you're a total geek about those numbers and you know what you need, then that's something else to consider. Just for your reference, YouTube has the very best resolution because their live stream, that is just, they've built in the capability for it to have lots of clarity and resolution. So if that's important to you, then do that. What are your preferences for notifications? How often do you want them? Facebook has a great notification systems for people. They'll give you notifications like an hour before, 15 minutes before, and then right when you're going live. If you don't need that many, then you can look at another platform. The thing to keep in mind with notifications though is that if there's too many or it's too often, people do get irritated. So just keep that in mind when you're defining that. So the other thing, how advanced are your videos? Do you need video editing? Are you just doing raw files where you're just going live and talking about whatever for the day? Do you need something that's easily indexed? YouTube can help with all of those things. So they have a video editing platform that you can use. They're really good at indexing and for SEO purposes. So you might want to go with YouTube if that's important to you. If you want to know where your viewers are from, say you have a global presence or even an international presence, and you're wondering the best time to go live, well, if you have most of your viewers are like 3 time zones away, maybe you should look at the time that you're going live. If that's something that's important to you, Facebook has a live video viewers map. That's a mouthful. If you want to stay at the top of everyone's feed for 24 hours, look at Instagram. Because that's how they keep theirs, is at the very top of your feed. So that could be important to you too. And then the last thing I would tell you to consider is how important are analytics to you. Facebook has some pretty detailed reports. Instagram, they're a little bit more surface level. And then there's third-party softwares out there that can analyze it even further for you. So it really just depends on the type of analytics that you want, your experience with them. If that's not something you look at, you should be, just so you know. But if that's not something you look at, then, maybe that's not worked into your consideration. But there are a lot of things to consider when you're doing live video. And it's not just throwing up a camera and start talking. There's some planning and some things behind the scenes that you need to think about. Every one of those platforms has their own pros and cons. A lot of times it's just personal preference and what fits into your brand. But the biggest thing I would say is where your ideal client is hanging out. And it should be part of your marketing strategy for this year. So if it's not, reach out to me and let's find a way how we can work it in so that it is part of your strategy. So as promised, I have a very big announcement, which I'm really excited about. Starting in May, I'm going to have a 5-day challenge about repurposing your content in a super simple way. So that is what my brand stands for. That's what we talk about. That's what we do for clients. And so even though I do weekly videos, sometimes people don't understand how to do it, or they're spending way too much time creating content. And I know there's a much easier way. So we do that for our clients every day. I'm going to share my exact process that we follow and just how you can be a little bit more effective to be visible online. So I don't have all of the details yet, but if you are interested in hearing about it when I do get it released, go ahead and comment challenge and I will make sure that the information gets sent to you right away as soon as we have it. So it'll be about mid-May, and we'll go amended to a Friday. I'm super, super excited about it to just put that out in the world. So let me know if you're interested. And again, for those of you just jumping on, I am Christy Hansvik of Simply Online. We take you from invisible to visible in 30 minutes a week or less, and we strategically share your content on multiple platforms so that you are super visible and people are just running to work with you. I am live every Monday here on Facebook, so join us next week, and hope you have a great day. Bye.